The Dodgers open their playoff chase with a limping first baseman and a manager who might be a lame duck. Speaking of people who can't walk, Doughty underwent ankle surgery, and Colin Kaepernick claims Jim Harbaugh did not offer him a coaching job. Good morning. I'm James. This is your daily dose of sports and snark for the greatest sports city in the world, Los Angeles. This is the faithful Angelenos Morning Report. It is October 5th, 2024. Still stuck in Northern California for work, but know this. Today is a great day, a tremendous day to be a SoCal sports fan. And if you like being in the know about LA sports, clickety-clack the like button. Clickety-clack the subscribe button. There's a notification bell. Hit that. It'll let you know when we drop new content. Sharing is caring. Let people know we exist, and by all means comment. Now, before we go through the news and notes, look at the scoreboard. Angel City FC 1, Seattle 0. M.A. Vignola scores to keep Angel City's faint playoff chances from totally flatlining. They haven't gone to the light yet. Praise be the eighth dynamic. As a Scientologist would suggest, Angel City is indeed still alive. Meanwhile, today's a hell of a schedule. Slime Diego is at the Dodgers at 5:30 in Game 1 of the National League Divisional Series. Yoshinobu Yamamoto versus Dylan Cease. Side notes, Freddie Freeman says his ankle's good enough to play. And by the way, Tommy John surgeries, they aren't for the Dodgers just anymore. Joe Musgrove, arguably the Padres ace, is done for the playoffs and likely next year with elbow surgery in his near future. 11th ranked USC is at Minnesota at 4:30. Trojans leading tackler Eric Gentry is unlikely to play for the Trojans today. UCLA, meanwhile, is at 7th ranked Penn State at 9 a.m. We still don't know who's going to play quarterback for the Bruins. Hi, good morning. This could get kind of gross. Austin is at the Galaxy at 7:30. It's Galaxy game day, and with a win tonight, the first place Galaxy would complete the home schedule of the regular season without a loss at Dignity Health Sports Park. And with a win, coupled with a loss or a draw by LAFC, the Galaxy win the Western Conference outright. LAFC, meanwhile, is at Sporting Kansas City at 5:30. Last year's Golden Boot winner, Dennis Bouanga, has 19 goals, which is second most in MLS and 3 behind the league leader. So what do you say we get to the news? One of the sidebars to the Dodgers playoff run is that Dave Roberts' contract has only one more season. Does that mean he has to win a ring to keep his gig? Why haven't they come to an agreement on an extension? These are all legit questions that are only going to get louder as the playoffs continue. Now, team president Andrew Friedman tried to tone that down. He texted the LA Times that Roberts is, quote, a big part of what we have accomplished in the past, and we look forward to him being a big part of what we will accomplish in the future. Right now, all of our focus and attention are on doing everything we can to win a championship this season, unquote. That is a long-ass text message, dude. I mean, seriously, you try to punch a text message that long to a chick, you're not getting inside the bra. It's not happening. She's going to think you are way too clingy. To be frank, unless the Dodgers completely faceplant, I'd actually expect Roberts to be back. But that's just me. Because it is going to get a little awkward. Look, Roberts has made no bones about his desire to stay in LA. But if the Dodgers want to keep him, and they do have the resources to do it, obviously, they might have to top the $8 million that Chicago gave Craig Counsell. So, what's keeping the Dodgers from doing it? Is it not as cut and dried as Andrew Friedman is suggesting? Anything we say on top of that is speculation. Kings top defenseman Doughty underwent surgery Friday to repair that fractured left ankle. He's still going to be month to month. Doughty is a Norris Trophy winner, two-time Stanley Cup champion. He regularly leads the team in minutes per game. Every single year, pretty much. He's 34 for Pete's sakes. He led the team in minutes played last year too. Hell, not only did he lead the Kings in minutes played, he was second in the league in minutes played. That's how important this guy is. Now, as for how long he's out, people's guesses are all over the place. Just like they're all over the place about Dave Roberts' future. Colin Kaepernick went on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon because if there's one thing that's lacking in late night comedy shows, it's political hot takes. Kaepernick denied Jim Harbaugh offered him a job on the Chargers coaching staff, which is odd because Harbaugh said he did. Kaepernick said that he has no interest in coaching, that he wants the adrenaline rush of playing. Now look, Harbaugh is an eccentric. He has said some seriously goofy things since he's come to Los Angeles. I think we'd all agree with that. But if Colin Kaepernick wants that adrenaline rush so bad, I'd suggest he start using heroin because he damn sure ain't playing again. Seriously, if Kaepernick wanted to play so bad, he would have joined some roster at some point since his last game back in 2017. He could have accepted a backup gig when he was young, which, by the way, he's not anymore. He's 36. Since Kaepernick stopped playing in the NFL, we've had 4 spring leagues. 4. And by the way, I always say this when Kaepernick comes up in conversation. My opinions about the guy have nothing to do with his beliefs on police, public safety. I think some of his other takes are ill-informed. But what do I know about police brutality, right? I'll be fair and admit that. But when it comes to Kaepernick, I go out of my way to keep this about him as a quarterback. He is not in the NFL because his ego either A, wouldn't allow him to take a pay cut, B, he didn't want to be a backup, or C, he simply wasn't that good after the Super Bowl run. I'm sorry, Colin, that you don't get the adrenaline rush shaking down Netflix to produce substandard biographies. Perhaps there's a poetry open mic or something where you can get your kicks in front of a live audience. But it damn sure isn't going to be under center in the NFL. Not at 36. The Athletic is suggesting Ladd McConkey is the Bolts' top receiver, by the way, which honestly isn't saying much because the Chargers are 31st in passing yards per game. Through 4 games, though, the rookie has the most receptions and receiving yards on the team. Over with the Rams, Sean McVay said he expects cornerback Darius Williams to play Sunday in Green Bay. It would be the debut for Williams. He had returned to LA after playing a couple of seasons in Jacksonville. The dude was supposed to be a starter until he went on IR during training camp. Let's be real. I think most of us would be happy if Williams can play and not get called for pass interference. The Rams have been called for 22 penalties this year. The defensive backs alone have been flagged 10 times. Tre'Davious White has 4 of them alone. I wouldn't be surprised at all to see Williams taking White's spot in the starting lineup this Sunday. I really wouldn't. Please believe the Rams could use any sort of upgrade on defense at this point. Right now, the only thing that they do well is pressure the quarterback, kinda. Because it sounds great. Oh yeah, we get to the quarterback. It sounds great until you realize that they're 30th in the league in third down conversions, 31st in the league in defensive points allowed per game. And according to something called Pro Football Reference, They have missed the most tackles of any team in the NFL this year with 44. The Orange County Register, they were trying to spin things. They write this feature article about rookie defensive end Jared Verse, how he won the Defensive Rookie of the Month award, and how Verse just isn't satisfied with his start to the season. He shouldn't be. The guy has missed 6 tackles on his own. I mean, I hate to pick at this scab being a Rams fan, but somebody who didn't miss a lot of tackles? Linebacker Ernest Jones, who was traded to Tennessee. And by the way, that whole pressure the quarterback claim is somewhat misleading. There's an analytics group that claim that the Rams had the 5th best pass pressure rate in the NFL, but they only have 7 sacks all year. So if you're looking for a reason why the Rams are 1-3, true, we could talk about the red zone offense problems, but that defense overall, that's it. I realize it's kind of hackneyed in sports to refer to your teammate as your dog. People have been calling each other their dog for decades. It's totally played out. I get the idea that you want to come up with some other way to refer to somebody to a teammate that you respect a lot or you're very close to. Not everyone in sports is a pit bull. But at Big Ten Basketball Media Day, the USC players and coaches kept saying that you should expect to see sewer rats. That was a joke that failed miserably, and then the scribes connected the dots. Oh, you're referring to each other as sewer rats. And then they took it to the next logical step. That's kind of a gross thing to call your teammate, a sewer rat. I mean, if you call your teammate's girlfriend a hood rat, you're in a fist fight. Or you're in a 3-way. But Eric Musselman touted transfer guard Desmond Clark as his top rat. Quote, he's been a scorer his whole life. He's got great size. And in my opinion, he could be the best defensive rebounder at the point guard position in the entire country, unquote. He also praised the versatility of St. Thomas, who is another transfer. Thomas said he was grateful to be at USC because Musselman helped him rediscover his love of the game. Now, Musselman, for his part, said, quote, St. Thomas is the most versatile player I've ever had. We've had a lot of versatile players. He can play anywhere from 1 to 5. He'll definitely be a starter for us, unquote. I bring part of this up because we've been speculating what the Trojans' new lineup is going to be. When Andy Enfield left, almost the entire roster went too. There's only one holdover from last year. So who exactly is going to be in the starting lineup? Musselman said it's all in flux. And I think that's going to be the rub for the Trojans this year, because it makes it sound like the lineup, the roster, is a little unstable, like lack of chemistry is going to be an issue. So how does one get chemistry? Well, if Musselman weren't a basketball coach, he'd make a hell of a kindergarten teacher. Claude said Musselman put down a sign-in sheet for attendance at practice, like grade school. Quote, every day we have to go into the coach's office, sign our name, say hi to everybody, at least have one conversation with somebody. You're going to hear about it at practice if you don't come in and sign up, unquote. Are you sure hi, my name is, name tags weren't going to be sufficient, coach? I mean, what are we talking about? Like hi, I'm Coach Musselman. Yeah, I know, you blew up my phone for months and badgered my parents into coming here. Yeah, coach, you're the guy who got me the NIL deal and hopefully a spot in the champagne room over at the Spearmint Rhino by LAX. I get it. But you let me know what you think in the comments thread. Talk to me about the Dodgers' chances against Slime Diego this weekend. Are you having any ideas of what the Kings will do without Drew Doughty. And if you enjoyed the content, don't forget to subscribe to Faithful Angelenos. We're talking LA sports every single day here. Thank you for watching. I'm James. We'll be back tomorrow. Faithful Angelenos is a Cam Cortel Queso production. Take care.